Hey everybody, we're back with the Motivation Monday, and today the theme of this Motivation Monday is courage, and the title is going to be the many different faces of courage. Now I'm going to start with just a definition I got off of Google on courage, and it says the ability to do something that frightens you, or strength in the face of pain or grief. And the reason I titled this The Many Different Faces of Courage is because I believe as human beings, we all go through things that force us to either choose the route of courage or choose the route of cowardice. Now, that could look like many different things. Like I said, the best example I know of personally of courage is Jesus Christ going to that cross on all of our behalves. And since I believe that we're all made in the image of God, even if we don't believe, I believe we all have courage within us. I believe that courage is that person that's going through cancer and fighting it, going through disease, and just being brave. I believe courage is the single mother who makes it happen for her kids. Courage is the soldier who goes to war. Courage is, um, you know, it's big things, it's small things, and we ought to be courageous, right? We ought to not just conform because everybody else is doing it. Courage is going against the grain of what's popular. And courage is that little kid who sticks up for a kid that maybe get bullied or ostracized. And guys, I'll be 100% honest. I've been a coward plenty of times in my life. I'm not this big, tough guy who, just wears courage on my sleeve. But it's something I work at. It's something that we should all work at. We should all work to be courageous. Do something that frightens you. Um, Stand strong in pain and grief. And one of the true measures of strength, in my opinion, is being able to show weakness. I used to have this fake tough guy bravado that I don't cry, I'm a man, I don't cry, I'm a man, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's really foolishness. I think true strength, men, we can cry. Women can cry too. Obviously, men, we can cry. And, that's not to say we're going to lay down and just, forget about our problems, or I'm just going to cry, curl up in a ball. No, but we need to wear our emotions on a sleeve, and, still figure life out. To me, courage is someone who is afraid to go to the gym because they're going to get looked at funny and they go anyways. Courage is someone who gets in front of people and talks because they have a message to give. An example is I don't like doing this. I'll be honest. I don't like talking to a phone. I'd much rather talk to a person. So I feel awkward and goofy doing this. And I want authenticity in these. So my voice cracks, I stutter, I misspeak, and I could edit that out, but I don't want to edit that out because I want authenticity. I want to see my mistakes and I want to see the growth, because when I first started doing these and they were just stories, the first time I ever did one, I kid you not, I took like 30 takes until I finally posted it. And I didn't even listen to it because I don't like listening and hearing my own voice. Courage is like that. And I've been so blessed to be able to grow up with two courageous parents. My goodness, their life stories. Wait till I get them on here. But I remember one time, this sticks with me till this day, a true act of courage that my dad, Joe Olson, did that I think about all the time when I think about courage. And I remember we were in Florida, we were on vacation, we were in Disney World. I was in 8th grade, so I was young. My sister was in high school, about to be going into college. And you Florida people, man, props, because that storm rolled in and it was crazy. It was like hurricane type winds and conditions, and they're probably used to that. But I saw people start to panic because it's a big group of people waiting at this bus stop, and a bus pulled in, and people started running on the bus. I'm talking grown men, grown women, pushing kids to the side, trying to get on this bus. And my dad got to the front where the bus entrance was and screamed like, we're not doing this. And it was like a scene from the Titanic, because he ushered us in, my mom, my sister, and I, and then he started ushering, I feel like, the women and children in. And I saw grown men panicking, pushing people out of the way, and my dad put a stop to that. And it was lightning coming down, thunder, man. It was crazy. I had a lot of fear. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I saw my dad stand tall in that moment, not care about his own safety at all, because he didn't get on the bus. He was the last one on that bus, and making sure people were ushered in and safe, and his family, putting his family first. To me, courage is putting somebody else before yourself. And again, this is going to be titled The Many Different Faces of Courage, because there's many different examples of courage. I know, my generation and the generation under me, a lot of people deal with anxiety and depression. So the courage is to, face that anxiety and face that depression. And you don't have to be good. You don't have to be better. Like, oh, I'm cured of this, but it's to live to fight that other day. Courage is leaving a job and starting a new one. Courage is getting out of a bad relationship that everyone thinks you should stay in because of whatever reason, and saying, no, this is not good for either party. Um, Courage is sticking up for the person that's getting bullied, even though you might not look cool. And am I saying I'm perfect and have done this my whole life and look at me, look at me? Heck no. I've showed cowardice. I've showed conformity. I've showed different things that are not befitting of this message because I'm not perfect. And it's a continual learning process. But I'm saying is show courage, be courageous. Don't just conform. Don't just say, well, I do this because everybody else is doing it, right? Choose to be that one person that sticks up for people who can't stick up for themselves, or for situations or whatever it is that can't stick up for themselves. And people are going to like you for it. People are going to dislike you for it. It's not up to you to, you're not here to please everybody. And like I said, I can't stand the way my voice sounds on these, honestly. So, not to boast in myself, but, even doing these Motivation Mondays takes a small act of courage. It's not that big of a deal because, this isn't going to hurt me. But, whatever age you're at, choose courage today. Choose courage, implement courage into many different parts of your lives and your relationships, in your day-to-day lives, in choosing to be kind to somebody and standing up for people. And let's see how far and how much simple acts of courage, simple acts and large acts of courage will take you. Anyways, that's all I got for today. God bless you guys, and I salute everybody out there who chooses courage.